Dean Laidley, welcome to the Carlton Football Club.
Thanks, Tony.
You've been here a little while now, Dean. What are first impressions of the place?
It's quite a humble club, fantastic people. It's a great place to work.
You bring, of course, the experiences gleaned over many years as a football premiership player at North Melbourne. You coached North. You've acted as an assistant at Collingwood under Mick, with Choco Williams at Port, and of course more recently at St Kilda. Have those experiences helped you define best practice? And if so, what is best practice?
Keeping the game simple. There's so much going on these days out there. The players have got to make a lot of quick decisions and a lot of decisions. So just keeping it really simple for them. Teaching them to read the cues. The game's of football, but also the mental aspect of it is really important. And keeping the players in a good place. A great work environment, being really positive with them. Sometimes we bring them into football clubs and only have them work on their room for improvements. But I think that what you drafted them on, if there was a good kick or they're a good mark, let's be the best mark or the best kick you can possibly be. And hopefully we'll be looking to improve, all our players.
So we were talking off camera a moment ago about how the game's changed, and where it's gone, but yet in many respects the fundamentals still apply? Fundamentals
have not changed at all. You still got to win your own footy. The pressure that's in today's football just keeps increasing, and that's due to the fitness of the players. They're still great competitors. But there's some things that have changed. The work off the ball now, doesn't matter where you are on the ground, you've got a role to play, and that's very, very important. But the basic principles of how games are won in September, no, it hasn't changed.
One area that has changed, and you touched on it a moment ago, was the physiology of the players. I mean, we were talking about midfielders off camera, and you made an interesting observation of how midfielders have changed, at least in terms of size, perhaps over the past 10 to 15 years.
Oh, look, certainly in height. They seem, 190 now. If you're under 190, you're a small midfielder. I'm 180 and played a little bit in the midfield, mainly at half back, a little bit on the wing. I was pretty much the Joe average, if you like, but certainly that's changed. They're bigger and they're stronger.
And you've been given the major responsibility of midfield coach. How have you assessed the midfield group you have at your disposal? Because obviously it's a big group. The midfield group is a big group of player.
Yeah, look, certainly there's some great talent there. There's some young guys making their way that are trying to push their way into the side. There's some guys that have come through and played some run with roles last year, which was terrific. We need to win some more footy. The stoppages are a little bit of a strength, so we need to keep working on those. Having Warnock and Cruiser fit is going to be really, really important. But also adding Thomas, into there now. Perhaps Everett playing half back, wing, half forward. Certainly helps us. And the couple of the young kids that we drafted, just recently, could make their way into the side. So we need to bolster that area. We're looking to do that, and we want to run players through there, more players through there, if you like. But they've got to have an impact. We just don't want to put 12 players through there because we can put 12 players through there. They've got to be able to come in and have impact. And some of the younger kids that have started training off over the last just a week and a half. Nick Graham, Bell's been doing really well. So we expect to keep pushing those guys through, because the reality is Juddy's not going to be around for forever and a day. We've got to make sure we're well placed when that day comes.
You've had the advantage, of course, of working previously with Mick Malthouse. You had a long association with him. How great an advantage is that to you, coming into Carlton, renewing acquaintance with him at the club?
Oh, really, really good. We've just spent the last hour and a half going through everything structurally. We've had conversations over the last, month about this is what he sort of sees, and I've sort of gone through and had a look at the season myself in regard to Carlton, and basically we've come together and we've just about got everything completely aligned, with our thoughts, with not even talking about it. So we're pretty well aligned. Our thoughts about footy are quite similar. So working with him and working with Robbie and Greeny being a first-time assistant coach and certainly John Barker is a really, really good mix, so it's going to be a great coaching team.
And a final one, Dean, after all these years, and you've mentioned that you and Mick are, on the same page here. What is the football philosophy? What as you see it, is a philosophy towards playing the game at this level?
Oh, look, I think your ability to win your own footy, ability to put pressure on, and you've got to be really sound defensively. We still need to kick goals to win games of football, there's no question about that, but I think that comes on the back off of how hard you work to get the ball off the opposition and what you do with it and how you use it. So, and look, I don't think that really changes, a hell of a lot, amongst a lot of coaches. That's why our game's so great. There's no one particular style that can be a winner or a loser.
Do you feel like a new recruit starting out at a new club this year?
Oh, look, it's always exciting. I've been in the AFL nearly 30 years now. First time, I've been, I think it's probably 5 or 6 clubs now over that long period of time. It's always exciting. It's always exciting meeting new people, seeing how, different ways they go about it, forming relationships with a new playing group, working with them, teaching them. So that's why football environments are so, or football clubs, their environment is so dynamic. They're a great place to be.
Well done, Dean. Welcome to Carlton and all the very best for 2014 and beyond.
No worries. Thank you.